Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singapour.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here.
In the news tonight, 20 traders warned for cheating customers. Aging infrastructure of pumping stations a concern. And Tuna Commission talks proving difficult.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has to date conducted 224 inspection of traders operating during this festive season. The Commission has discovered 20 traders had minor issues that needed correcting. Kritika Kumar reports some of the issues included non-issuance of receipts, no price marking display and no pull dates marked.
20 traders around the country have been warned and given time to correct the irregularities that have been identified by the Commission.
Consumers will be coming out in numbers doing their shopping. Everybody looks forward to Christmas in Fiji. And I would just say, don't behave in an unethical manner. At the end of the day, even if you're a business owner, you're still a consumer. You also buy goods and services.
Joel Abraham is calling on traders to refrain from deceiving consumers by engaging in unfair business tactics, especially during this festive season. Consumers are advised to exercise their rights, ask questions and demand for receipts.
Shop around, look at what the special prices are, look at what everybody has to offer. Allow the competitiveness of the market to give you a better deal.
The FCCC will conduct follow-up inspections in the coming days to ensure all traders comply with the law. Similar trader inspections will be conducted throughout the month and into next year. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The Fiji Police Force's festive season operation named Operation Yandrayan Ravi is currently underway in all 4 policing divisions. Last night, traffic operations were boosted by the deployment of special operations capabilities as the command vehicles were deployed to different locations throughout the night along the Queen's Highway and SNAP checkpoints. Operations in Suva City continued as normal with static deployments of officers beside the Suva City Library and at the Miller's Wharf. Mobile and foot patrols are also being done to counter theft and assault cases. The Water Authority has revealed that one of its biggest challenges is the aging infrastructure of pumping stations in the Central Division. This was highlighted during Infrastructure Minister Chone Usamate's recent visit to the 4 pumping stations along the Suva-Nosore corridor, Kinoya, Tamavua, Waila and Waimanu. Sainiani Boiler reports Usamate has identified areas that needs more work to meet the demands from the growing population.
While visiting the 4 sites, Infrastructure Minister Chone Usamate says some of the difficulties identified were the mixture of old equipment in pumping stations and the cost of power to pump water to other stations. He says this will need to be ironed out soon.
Looking to see if there needs to be any policy issues that we need to fine-tune and to address in order to meet the needs of our people. So I now have a much better understanding of the issues faced by the Water Authority, what their plans are for the future, and I'll be gradually looking into this area in terms of seeing what we can do to continue to try to improve the provision of water services to all of our people in this part of Fiji.
He adds they are also working on other new developments to help address the issue.
And also had an opportunity to see the plans that they have for the immediate future, including the Viria development of water in the Viria, the enlargement of the plans for wastewater treatment that we have up in Nandera, and also to look at, as General was also able to see that the National Control Center.
However, Usamate has applauded the achievement made by the Water Authority in reducing non-revenue water or water loss from leakages. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Delegates at the Tuna Commission in Hawaii are finding it hard to agree on a number of measures that are expected to be finalized by the end of this week's deliberations. Finalizing their third day of talks, the Commission broke into small working groups to address the individual and collective concerns, such as the target reference points for South Pacific Albacore, harvest strategy, vessel labour standards and the compliance monitoring scheme. Heading Fiji's delegation is Ministry of Fisheries Acting Permanent Secretary Naipote Katonitambua, who says members realise that hard decisions need to be made now. Katonitambua also says with the focus on the sustainability of fish stocks, some Pacific Island countries may have to re-strategize their national goals as there could be a loss in government revenue and resource rents with a reduction in the catch allocations. Well, still to come, Lambasa Mill records another successful year. And US strengthened ties with Fiji's defense forces. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang go malakai leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai Lambasa, ya untuk talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Gue ada tumeli, aku nak tahu no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tahu no hinga toka, kita untuk talita kina Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
The Lambasa Sugar Mill has recorded another increase in its cane and sugar production for this year. However, the Fiji Sugar Corporation says cane quality has reduced and they have bigger plans for the Lambasa Sugar Mill. Eleanor Trangoview has more.
620,000 tons of cane was crushed in the 2018 crushing season, just slightly higher than 2017.
Lambasa did not too bad. It was probably our best performing mill this year.
Of the 620,000 tons of cane crushed, 64,500 tons of sugar was produced.
Generally, we've had weather impacts and what have you. The cane quality hasn't been as good as it has been before. But overall, Lambasa did well this year, yeah.
According to FSC CEO Graham Clark, cane production was affected by the drought.
We saw an impact on cane quality, yeah. And some of the yields came down, which is, we'd hoped to crush more than 620.
FSC's long-term plan is to get the Lambasa mill to crush 1 million tons of cane per crushing season. For now, the target is 700,000 tons. Eleanor Trangoview, FBC News.
A staggering total of 140 cases of children being physically abused have been recorded by the Social Welfare Department over the last 10 months. Out of these cases, 24 are under the age of 5. This is a growing concern for the Social Welfare Ministry, and they are closely collaborating with relevant agencies for the best interest of the child and will make referrals if the need arises. Social Welfare's Permanent Secretary Dr. Josefa Korevueta says the ministry is working to help reduce child abuse cases, and parents' responsibility is also crucial. The ministry has recorded a total of 696 cases relating to children being abused between January to October this year. After round 3 of Homes Care and Farms Care Initiative investigation, the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has 10 remaining cases before the court. Chief Executive Joel Abraham says FCCC is pushing for the matter to be called early. Abraham says this should serve as a clear warning to other traders who are thinking of engaging in unfair business practices. He also says just last month, a prominent hardware trader was fined $10,000 for failing to comply with the provisions of the FCCC Act 2010.
We are looking at the courts imposing further penalties, and these penalties, which are high, are meant to serve as a deterrent for businesses wishing to engage in unfair business practices.
The United States is looking at ways to enhance our local defense force in an effort to further strengthen bilateral ties with Fiji. U.S. Assistant Secretary of Defense for Asia and the Pacific Security Randall Shriver arrived in the country yesterday as part of an interagency team visiting our shores with the aim to explore and improve on their engagements. Kelly Vadala reports.
The U.S. Nevada State Guard is working on strengthening future cooperation with our local defense force in line with Fiji's long-term commitment to peacekeeping missions.
We hope in 2019, at least the discussions will commence in 2019 with representatives from the Nevada State National Guard coming to consult with the Fijian military and develop a program based on the interests and concerns of the Fijian military on how we can be a good partner through that program. So
Randall Shriver says they've had discussions with the Fiji military force and discussed some of the key areas in which the U.S. can assist in.
we had general discussions about the priorities here for the defense forces and where we might be of assistance. I think given the security challenges, interest in protecting the maritime spaces, so maritime security, maritime domain awareness, certainly given Fiji's long and very proud tradition of contributing to international peacekeeping, we talked about how we can support those efforts through training and supporting the efforts of other allies who are assisting Fiji in that regard.
Meanwhile, Shriver also met with Acting Prime Minister Aya Said Qayyum yesterday, where they discussed areas of mutual cooperation in defense and national security, as well as the effects of climate change in Fiji. Discussions also involved Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama's meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister and the PM's tour to the Middle East. The two also spoke about government's domestic efforts to further economic growth. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Good turnout at weightlifting's first trial. And Fiji President's Hockey wins Thai Trophy. This and more coming up in sports.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Weightlifting Fiji has started for the first of its 5 selection trials for the 2019 IWF Junior World Championships and the 2019 Pacific Games. However, the rules have been set. Any athlete vying for a place is required to attend a minimum of 3 trials. An athlete must also achieve the minimum qualification standards as per the approved selection criteria to be eligible to final selection.
Around 50 lifters were part of the first weightlifting trial at Tirumbuka Gym in Suva this morning.
We got one from Kandavu, all the way from Kandavu. We got athletes from Serua, 2 clubs there, and Suva athletes. So good numbers, first trials just before Christmas. The guys are in training, really good to see. We've got some athletes with really good grit. That's coming through.
Weightlifting Fiji has targeted a number of sports they will need to field for the 2019 Championship and the Pacific Games.
But there's 10 weight categories in the men's and there's 10 weight categories in the women's. So we're looking at filling those, but come Easter we'll have a better idea.
Weightlifting Fiji Vice President Della Shaw says they've been able to discover potential lifters, but they need more training.
What we need to work on is the technique, is that what I've been seeing for the past 2 unofficial competition. This is the official competition, and there are little tweaking that we need to do, but just amazing just to see this talent. Yeah.
The 2019 Junior World Championship will be held in Suva in June next year, while the Pacific Games will be held in Samoa in July. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Army Bears have been crowned the new champion of the Fiji National Rugby League Vodafone Nines tournament this afternoon. They defeated the McCoy Bulldogs 18-4 in the final at the USB grounds in Suva. The Army side led 6-4 at the breather. The Army Bears upset favourites Nandera Panthers as well, 20-12 in the first semi-final. The second semi-final saw McCoy Bulldogs defeat USB Raiders 6-4. The FNRL will then select an extended squad for next year's Pacific Games.
This is the 4th phase now, which we monitor the players after the fitness test. And we are confident with the plan that we have set, and we believe that in preparation, and we have set our intention of going to SPG just like any other team, of winning a medal.
Fiji-born National Rugby League player Viliame Kikau has been identified as one of the most powerful forwards in the NRL competition. Kikau plays for the Australian League Penrith Panthers. Rugby League legend Petero Zivonideva says Fiji has a lot of raw talent when it comes to rugby, and the rise of Fiji-born NRL stars Viliame Kikau and Suliasi Vunivalu gives local players someone to look up to as inspiration.
Well, I think we've obviously been real fortunate with the emergence of guys like Bill Kikau. I think he is the guy, again, to watch this year. He's been in tremendous form late last year. He showed us what he's capable of in the Rugby League World Cup, but I think his football is going to go from strength to strength. He's now recognised as one of the most powerful forwards in the NRL competition.
The Fiji Football Association is trying to strengthen the national women's team following an impressive performance at the OFC Nations Cup this year. Fiji FA Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf says they need a strong team as they set their sight for gold in the Pacific Games next July. He says they're also trying to secure 2 international players to boost the side.
National coach and Marika Rondu and them will be scouting for more talents. We'll probably try and secure another US-based player whose parents are, her parents are still trying to secure the Fijian passport for her. If that happens, then we'll have 2 overseas-based players, and that will create a big impact on our team.
Meanwhile, the Bar football side is in contention to defend their title in the Vodafone Senior Women's League. The women in black thrashed Lambasa 10-0 at the Fiji FA Academy grounds in Vatuanga Suva this afternoon. Bar scored 5 goals before going into the break. Now they will play Rewa at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and a win or draw will see them engraving their name again on the trophy. The 2018 Hockey Invitational Series tournament ended on a high note for the Fiji Presidents women, winning the tie trophy this afternoon. The Fiji women's side last won the trophy in 2014. The Fiji Presidents women pulled a hat-trick in the last 2 minutes of the game to score the winning goal against a tough Australian team. The week-long tournament finished today, and the Fiji women's hockey team are looking forward to the World League Series in Japan in June next year. The countdown to find Steve Hansen's successor as coach of the All Blacks has begun after announcing his decision to retire last week. Silver Ferns coach Nolene Taurua says her side needed to experience shock, and that's exactly what she delivered when she dropped former skipper Katrina Rore. Taurua holds half of his squad for the upcoming Northern Quad Series, including a recall that brought a veteran to tears. Cloudy periods with some showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands was experienced today. Isolated afternoon and thunderstorms were experienced elsewhere, and it was fine apart from isolated afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. Now in the west, it was a fine day apart from some rain in the evening and isolated thunderstorms. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, weather was great in the morning. Most spent it running errands or spent time at the park and beach, but rain is expected later tonight. And up north, pretty much the same as everywhere else. Now at sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to fresh southeast winds. The next high tide is at 1:36 a.m. followed by low tide at 7:44 tomorrow morning. Sunrise is at 6:25 a.m. As for tomorrow's weather, you can expect some showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, it should be fine apart from afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms. Looking ahead to Monday, there will be occasional showers. Recapping the main stories, 20 traders warned for cheating consumers. Aging infrastructure of pumping stations a concern, and Tuna Commission talks proving difficult. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question segment. Should 4-lane roads be built around Fiji to ease traffic congestion? You can visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, Or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.